Hello everybody, it's Ken Faulkner. I got another knife video for you, and it's about a company that's bringing it this year. They are bringing it. Vosteed, at least in my opinion. I don't know, you may feel differently, but I was is one of the companies that I was out to go check out at Blade Show, and because they've been coming up with some what I consider some really good designs. It kind of not to offend anybody, but it was kind of the way I felt about Kaiser last year. Kaiser was really bringing stuff, bringing, and not that Kaiser is doing badly this year, but it seems like Vosteed is really up their game, really up their game. And so, yeah, I went over there. There's several that of their knives that I was interested in checking out, and I picked one. I'll show you it in just a second. You may have seen it before when you saw my Blade Show haul, but I wanted to show you all the stuff they they threw in. They were just throwing in stuff. I mean, they got some swag going on here. So there's this big bag, first of all, which is like one of those little backpack things. It's got the drawstring and it's got the strings down here that you could throw on your back. One of those lightweight backpack things you might break to the gym or something like that. I mean, it's not just a bag. It's not a bag with a handle. It's not a plastic bag. It's some nylon material, fairly strong material, and yeah, it's got that bright orange, and that seems to be a thing. They also threw this in. This is like a little EDC pouch. Zippers all over the place. There's all kinds of compartments here. I haven't loaded this thing out yet, but I'll use it. I mean, there's always something. Even if you already have some EDC pouches, you can always find something else to put it into, backpack, car, whatever. And it's got the again, it's got that orange that they're kind of bringing out here. And more orange coming out is, well, before we get to that, they also threw in this. It's this notebook. And it is actually a pretty good quality notebook. It's got the little thing to hold it closed. Pretty well made. I haven't used it yet. It's got a little marker in there so you can get where your last place was. Keep your place. I mean, it's not that it's amazingly fantastic, but this is just free stuff they're giving to you. So again to the orange. There may have been more. I think there might have been a pen. I've mentioned before how disorganized I am. There it is, more orange, and I think this is cool. I mean, you see this from some companies. Medford, you get these kind of cases from. And maybe this one's not quite the Medford quality. It's not quite a Pelican, but it's cool. It's got the little dial thing here. I don't know what. I think that's for venting out something. I don't know if it actually works or it's just for looks, but it does have these two little clip things, and it is well constructed. I mean, it's hard. It's not a soft container. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think they do this on all their knives. I think this one, and maybe a couple others they are doing it with. But the one I picked up is the RSKAOS. Obviously not one of the newer ones. I think this was kind of the beginning of them moving up the ladder in quality and price for sure. Yeah, got the cloth with it, of course. That's pretty standard. But nice foam in here. I mean, it's not cutout foam, but you don't really need that. I mean, it definitely is going to hold it in place with these two pieces of foam. It's nice and firm. It's got a seal around it. Kind of that waterproof kind of seal. Yeah, excellent. And I have liked this knife since I first saw it. In fact, I do like this designer. RSK knives. It was originally the Mayhem. I don't know if you remember that. They were bringing it out as the Mayhem, but then Cold Steel came out with the Mayhem right around the same time. And so Vosteed decided to step aside with that name, and it came up with RSKAOS. And I like that name, RSKAOS. Hollow grind. cool. Warncliffe. Nice flat edge. Nice tip that is somewhat reinforced because it's the hollow grind kind of brings it down to that tip real fast, so it's got some meat behind it to hold together. It's got the RSK knife design language. I've shown this one before. This is a Kaiser, and this I got last year when I was like going, man, Kaiser's kicking butt. You know, they were really on top of the game. And I think what's happening is not so much that they're not kicking butt now, but other companies are coming out and seeing what they did and following the leader. It tends to happen with you know, competitive markets like this. So you can see it's got these markings here on the handle. This one is the Mini Paragon, and RSK knives. They have their customs, and they have a huge, I believe, I don't know if it's I think it's a fixed blade of the Paragon that's huge. And so this one being fairly big, but is the Mini Paragon. And then they got the little, I always thought of that looking like a shark, like this is the gills of the shark. They have kind of the gills sort of thing here, a little bit different direction. They got the little jimping on the top like this. So there's some design language, some DNA coming from this. This one does have the recurve with the Tonto. This one's got that Warncliffe, very cool. But anyway, I like the design language. I like, you know, regular knives that just work. This is all good and fine. I got a lot of those in my collection, but sometimes I want something with a little pizzazz, and this thing brings it. It definitely brings it. And it took me a while to come around to Vosteed putting out a more premium knife. There's the logo for RSK. This one is in a M390 steel, titanium handles, nice clip. This thing is just, when you talk about hotspot on clips, the milled titanium clips tend to have less of that. You really don't notice it too much, and it has worked. I haven't really had any complaint about the functionality of it. It retains it, but it's not too hard getting it out of the pocket. It's got room underneath here. Not deep carry, but that's fine with me. I like to have something I can grab a hold of. I've mentioned that before. Obviously, everybody's got different things they like in knives. This also has that top liner lock, and I think this was the first one that they put out with this. And I once they started coming out with more, with a PSYOP and some other ones, and then other companies actually are jumping on that bandwagon. I think this is a real thing. Originally, it was a Spyderco. I don't know if it's the first one that did it, but the Spyderco Smock had something like this. But this one is actually a little bit, for me, is a better fidgeting version of that. Super nice, super cool look. Great sharpening choil. I don't know why the dual grind there. I mean, I guess if you want to cut on this little area here, you can cut more robust things. Maybe you're going to cut wire. If I was going to cut wire, I'd be cutting it over at this part of the blade. But anyway, maybe it's just there for decoration. My other Vosteed, I've kind of slept on Vosteed. I did jump on the what's it called? The Nightshade. I did jump onto that when it first came out because I'm a big fan of kukris, and that's all I saw when I looked at this and going, man, that's just a little folding kukri. Very cool. And it works really well. Some people don't like the look of it, kind of like Spyderco or some of the other ones. This leaf shape seems to be something that causes emotions to trigger on people, but I just love the functionality of it that Ford can't. So anyway, I did pick up one of these, but ever since then, I just haven't really been that impressed with them. And then this one came out, and I loved it, but then I'm going, oh man, that's a lot to pay for a Vosteed. And then I saw some other ones, the PSYOP and some of the other ones they've been putting out. I got an Acorn on the way, by the way, and I'm planning on. I mentioned this last night in Bees' Live. I'm planning on giving that one away unless I fall in love with it. But that's my plan, is to give it away. And if I fall in love with it, really, I could just buy another one, because those things are really inexpensive. Whereas this one is closer. I think I got this one a really good deal, maybe $250 or something like that. But they were closer to like $300 when they first came out. So at the show, I was talking to the guy there, and we were looking at both the PSYOP and this one. Those were the two that were really competing in, for my purchasing, for my dollars. And the guy said, yeah, the PSYOP is probably going to be around. It seems like it's really popular. This is one maybe you want to jump on now. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to sell me or whatever. But in reality, when it comes down to it, I think this is the one I really wanted. I like the look. It may be too much for some people, but for me, it's a home run. It really is. With function. I mean, functional art, that's the thing I've been on lately. Having something that works, functions really well, that Wharncliffe edge is going to cut. You know it's going to cut. I mean, you may not do every knife task better than others, but certainly utility type cuts and cutting in general, it's going to do it. And especially you're going to throw a hollow grind on there. Come on. It's definitely happening. The handle is nice and comfortable. Everything with the pocket clip and all that, very comfortable. It's got some grip because of this this milling that they got in here. This milling, you could probably use it for your pinch grip if you want to, kind of give you a little more grip. Got a tiny little bit of jimping up here. This gives you a little jimping. If you look, it kind of, there's a couple jimps here and a couple jimps there. So you got those two spots, which I kind of like having those two spots, because those are kind of the places where you're gonna put your thumb or a finger when you're working with a knife. So anyway, great design. RSKAOS, I think that's a cool name. I kind of like it better actually than the Mayhem personally. I don't know, maybe it's just my bias to the designer and to the company and what they're doing right now. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting more of their stuff. Like I said, I got that Acorn on the way, which is a budget knife, and I'll do a video on that, but that'll probably get boxed up and get a giveaway going. I've been kind of, my latest thing is just, as I'm searching for stuff, you know, we all kind of like look for knives and things like that all the time. As I'm searching for stuff and I see little gizmos and gadgets and EDC stuff, I'm picking them up as I go. Olight has a sale. I'll buy something that I want to get, and I'll get a couple of little smaller things, and I just kind of put it into like a giveaway pile. I'm not giving away every week, but maybe like once a month. So that's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna see where that all goes. Like I've been giving away a new knife and one of my old knives. I kind of got a knife in mind for the older knife. It'll probably be in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. Maybe towards the end of the month. So that's it. RSKAOS. It's great. It's got great action. I know it's an older knife. It's not the latest and greatest, but I think it's an awesome knife. Definitely cool packaging. Definitely Vosteed is bringing this stuff. They're not sitting down and taking it easy. They're after it, in my mind. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one.